Hey everyone, I'm Charting Man Dan with the Chart Guides. We had a big day in the cannabis sector with high volume, nice breakouts. We'll check in on things. As I said in the last video, I've been trading every single cannabis vote this country has ever had over the last 14 years, and this is the kind of price action we expect leading into votes, and here it is. So I highly suggest going back and watching that video from over the weekend to see how we use technical analysis. And again, I was saying things like, number one, I don't think TCNNF is pricing in Florida. It's not possible that it's pricing in Florida because we don't have high conviction that it's going to pass. Since then, we got another poll come out. 66% of respondents said they will vote for it to pass. So a little bit more likely now. So a little bit more gets priced in. Number two, talked about volatility is coming. MSOs has not been this tight in a very long time. Cureleaf, GTBIF cannot get tighter than this on the daily time frame. We know breaks of these ranges are coming, and here they are. Again, I wasn't looking at it and saying, we're going to break bull in these names. Obviously, I had a bullish lean on things leading into the vote, but it's just enough to say volatility is coming so you're prepared and can then react to when we see, yep, it's bulls making their move. And it was MSOS and 726. As I was talking about, 724 to 726 was the level over the weekend. And then, of course, Monday, high of the day, 726 to the penny. And then today, this morning, 727, and we reject, and we chop around. And then the volume pours in. It's like you shake up a soda can when you are that tight and constricted, and you reject and reject and reject. When you finally break, it gets an explosion of volume and price because of the pent-up energy that is created by a constricting range in markets. And so what now? Again, I will be selling the majority of my position into the vote. Why? Because one in the birds worth two in the bush. I want to lock it in. The play for me was getting in TCNNF in the 8s and 9s at the end of the summer. And if I can lock in a 50% plus gain risk-free and not have to gamble on what the poll result or the vote result is going to be, I'm going to do that for a large chunk of the position. I'll leave a little bit just in case, but again, the play was the run up into the election. So MSOS key resistance is now 780. The most important level is 820. Why? Because if we get over 820, it's going to be the highest level in 5 months, and there will be a lack of clear resistance from the way down. There's a ton of price action in here. Things open up a lot out here. But we stalled out at 782. It is not a coincidence. Again, the people that say that technical analysis can't be applied to this low volume or, whatever sector, I just don't get it. It's just, I don't know how much more proving I have to do. But 780, we reject right from that level. And now we look for an hourly higher low next consolidation. And we want to see back burners start to work. We want to see 5-minute oversold mark hourly higher lows. We want to see hourly oversold mark daily higher lows. And we want to see more than just one big high volume day. This is the kind of volume we want to see consistently. $140 million traded? Heck yeah. Give me $100 million plus days in a row. And give me an average volume ramp up. TCNNF, still my play. So TCNNF broke 1350. And now we're looking at 1450, 1375, and 1450 as the next two levels from here. If we get over 1450, it will be a monthly inverse head and shoulders confirming, and I'll be looking up to 1611 at that point. This is a longer term bottom being set. It's just a question of how much upside do we get from here, and the answer is going to be based on the vote result, at least in, for the foreseeable short-term future. When you get the kind of volume spike like we saw today, you definitely look for a headline. And then when you look around and say, nah, there's nothing out there for news, okay, this is just the price action that we were expecting. This is the kind of action that we get leading up into votes. Again, just go back and look at the old school names. MJNA, the first stock that I ever bought, and look back, look at the dates. What was the date of leading up to the Colorado vote? I forget. End of 2013? November. Anyways, if you want, look at what it looked like then. There were big run-ups, not 4%, 3%. double-digit percent. So today's great, but it'd be nice to get a little more. Maybe we don't get it. Got to be protective. Got to be taking some profit on the way up if you've been burned in this sector. But again, TCNNF, we're looking for an hourly high or low. We got a little support at 13 psychological. And of course, resistance, the high of today, is going to be key for tomorrow. AYRWF, big bull move. Getting over 222 was very key. Now it's 235 and 240. And again, the position I sold on AYRWF at 203, and I put into TCNNF at 1145, roughly speaking. At this point, I'm still just ahead in doing that, but that may change. AYRWF, massive volume day, still under $1 million traded. So no matter what happens, I'm not going to regret getting out of this name because it just simply does not have enough volume for me. But I hope for all of you holders out there that it makes a monster move up to $3. Tightening range, breaking bull. HITI, over the weekend, we talked about how this is a number 2 lead bull in the cannabis sector as far as I'm concerned. And why is it topping out? Looks like rotation to me. I mean, we went up 35% in the last handful of days. And so it's looking like, we got our big breakout run and then some profit taking and people putting it into other names that are just starting to break out. So HITI, still an hourly uptrend, but what we're watching for tomorrow is, do we fail 312 and confirm an hourly downtrend? Then we zoom out, we look for a daily higher low. We watched as hourly oversold mark the daily higher low into continuation, which is best case scenario for the bulls, those back burners. But bulls will take it. Can't be greedy. If you're going straight up 50% in a week and a half, you got to pull back eventually. So again, Curaleaf can't get any tighter. There's your bull break. I used to call this pattern, now it's the equilibrium. Back 10 years ago, 9 years ago, I used to call it the rubber band effect because I just visualized a rubber band being pulled tighter, tighter, tighter with the range, and then it snaps. And this is the snap. And so we got the strong close. We've got 350 resistance being taken out here. And so now we're looking up at, I'm looking at 385 as a level. Bigger picture, there's a ton of proving to be done here. Again, this is why relative strength is so important. The high, look at how much we need here to get back to this high. 80%. What does TCNNF need to get back to that high? 9%. GTBIF, bull break, tons of work to do. Tons of resistances still around. 12, 12.25. Bulls will take it, but again, there's just better plays out there. I want to see MSOs hold 724 to 726 next time we visit it as support, whenever that is. The Canadian names got some moves as well. They had the volume. Didn't close quite as strong. 531. Again, it's on every single chart where we topped out, you can pick a level that clearly is the resistance. We rejected by 1 penny. It is not a coincidence. Bears see that level. Bulls see that level and take profit just under it. Bears see that level and short right at it. So it's all about 531 now. And again, bigger picture, we're still nowhere near where we came from. You know where my focus is. I hope everything goes up together. Rising tide raises all ships, gets the headlines, gets the fervor on social media. But it's a TCNNF story for me, at least until the vote, and we'll see about afterwards. TLRY, I've been watching this pattern for a long time, as I keep saying, and here we are testing resistance, but in reality, we got to break 185. Anything under 185 is a weekly lower high, and absolutely nothing changes from the downtrend. We have to break the lower highs for something to change. So is there going to be potentially more opportunity in the short term in these higher listed names? Maybe. Tilray traded a lot of volume. 50 mil, what? $80 million traded today. CGC, less, 80, $90 million traded today. So volume and volatility. So I may look to, knowing that I'm going to hold a solid chunk of TCNNF a bit further here, I may look to try and hedge a little bit with some other positions. Maybe, CGC, bell rings tomorrow morning and we shoot up and fail at 525. Maybe I look for a short so that if the sector does pull back into hourly consolidation, then I'm not giving back all of my gains from today's very beautiful TCNNF day. So at this point, it's just house money, risking profits. How much am I going to be able to lock in? How much profit am I going to give back? But again, it never hurts to take a little bit of profit. If we see continuation tomorrow and some more green, I will begin starting to slowly take some pre-vote profit. Again, it's a great day, but you bring me back in time to any other cannabis sector bull move that I've ever traded, and you tell me, hey, we went 7 and 8% today. I'd say, okay, that's nice. It's nowhere close to what I'm used to, but things have obviously changed over the years, and I'm grateful. So have your game plans established, execute your game plans that have been laid out in advance so you are not just reacting to heightened emotions in the heat of the moment. And this is what we were looking for. This is months in the making. So slow summer bleed, end of summer, long positions for the fall run-up into the vote. And here we are. This is the run-up into the vote. How much more do we get? I have no idea. I'm not going to sit here and make predictions or tell you I know, because I don't. I take it one day at a time. I got the macro down, and now we zoom in and we watch things. We watch for red flags, and we watch for signs of profit taking. Hope you're well. Do good things.